Well, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Shoot, it's Monday. Monday. It's just like it feels like a Tuesday for me because yesterday was Easter Sunday and I had to go to work because my store was open. I get it. Everybody works. Some people don't. Like I know. I know that. I don't need reminders like. Well, some people don't get their days off on the holidays. Like, no shit. I didn't know that. Yeah. I'm running late because I freaking forgot my coffee. I came to drop the recyclables to get to work, and I'm like, oh no, my coffee. Because I drink like 2 cups. 2 cups of coffee in the morning. Otherwise, I cannot function. And it's the sad part about my coffee addiction. No coffee, cannot function. So yeah, now I'm running late to work. And yeah, super late. It's bad. Bad. Yesterday, I was early. Today, running late. Super late. That's not a good sign. Because employers don't care. Employers only care. Oh, did you clock on time? Yeah. Because it's an adult, you are bounded by the rules of being like high school. You have to be here at 9 o'clock. You have to go on your breaks. You have to take your lunch at this time, from this time. Yeah. It's sad. When I was in grad school, and the matter was that I did my project. Yes, I would have classes from times, but like, it just means the days where I was living carefree of time. Like I don't have to comply with the cycles, rules. I don't know. I don't work well when there's many rules. Like I admit it. Like I'm not a person that follows the rules. Like I don't like being bounded by too many rules, but unfortunately the world that we live, we have too many rules, and I don't mean about rules that make sense, because there are rules that make sense, like traffic rules. Those are necessary, those have to be respected, and those are needed, healthcare rules, like wearing a mask in public, I feel like that is necessary. There's a pandemic going on, there's a virus, but it's just the other rules of like, that are like school rules. After you go through school and then you go to work and you realize that work is almost like being in school, but now you have a supervisor, which is almost like a teacher. Hey, you are late, you need to come early, things like that. So yeah, but then again, I'm also burnout, so I think I'm probably, the burnout is making me arrive late, because I really don't want to be there. Yeah, I don't. It's like it's going to be another day of more of the same. Yesterday I arrived, going to get a TC for about an hour into my shift, to be able to do work. We have these machines called TC, touch computers. Something like a phone, smartphone, but it's bigger and gigantic, and it's more used for tell us what to do, what to make, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes we have more people than we have of one of those devices. So yeah. That's a problem, in my opinion. That means that there's people there that we have to do other stuff, like stalking or zoning. And to me, stalking and zoning is boring. I hate it. I hate it. And then there's the aspect dealing with customers, and like I'm not too fond of customers. At least yesterday wasn't that bad. At least yesterday the store was less busy than any other Sunday. Because usually on Sunday we get a lot of people, but yesterday we didn't have a lot of people, which was good on that sense. There was not a lot of people in the store, which made it easier. But I still got the random encounters with customer. Like for example, there was this customer that asked me, "Excuse me, finding chips in the store should be easy, but can you tell me where I can find chips?" And I just felt tempted for an honesty. Yes, it's easy to find chips. All you have to do is like, you see that sign over there that says chips? That's where you can find the chips. But I didn't. I told them, go to the aisle that way. It's aisle 828. You will find Yeah, I sometimes wonder why stores spend so much money putting signs when people are just going to stop just on such as where things are. Even things are in front of them, they may have passed it 2 or 3 times, They start going to ask you. I really, yeah, it's really sad. That's all I do. Sometimes they even say, excuse me, sometimes they just even go like, mozzarella cheese. I'm like, oh, you were talking to me. I didn't know that. I thought you were talking to somebody else, like, mozzarella cheese. Okay, yeah, it's near the deli. It's where you go to find mozzarella cheese. They ball mozzarella cheese. Once you want the other mozzarella cheese, and you walk over there after you pass the deli meats, and you're going to see a section where they have all cheese blocks, like slice, and other kind of stuff. You're going to see the cheeses there. Pretty sure you can find it, the mozzarella. Or somebody told me yesterday, there's some cabbage in there. Okay. Yeah, probably we don't have any more cabbage. Well, I just wanted you to go to the back and check. That's not what you say. You just told me that there's some cabbage. So yeah, communication is always our fault as employees for not using our psychic powers to cater to the customers. But nothing beats like the other last Friday. Last Thursday. Last Thursday I was in the store. I was about to leave my shift, go home. Comes a guy that follows me almost to the back of my employees only part of the store. And this guy goes like, excuse me, is this a men's bathroom? And I tell him, no, that is a family restroom. Anybody can use it. And he goes like, oh, okay, thank you. And he goes and doesn't knock the door, opens it, sees a woman using the bathroom, and it's like, oh gosh, I don't know why you told it was this woman, the men's bathroom. Somebody never said it was the men's bathroom and told me it was a family bathroom. He assumed it was the men's bathroom. Well, I don't know why there was a woman in there. Oh gosh, I freak out completely. I start looking around. You can see the two gender bathrooms, But, jeez, it's just, he could have knocked the door. He could have knocked the door. When you use that single style restroom, please, always knock on the door. It's just polite to do that, But, unfortunately, people forget to do that, and that's what happened to this person here. And then on top of that, he started yelling, and then I come back and say, oh, you lied to me, yada yada, you're an employee, it's your responsibility. I didn't lie to him. I told him, I answered the question. I told him, no, that is a family bathroom. He just assumed things that he shouldn't assume, and then he blames it on me because apparently that's what customers do. They blame everything on the associates because it's always our fault. That's why I'm born out of this stupid job. I seriously am born out of this. On the bright side, I ordered a book on Amazon on Friday. I want to learn about computers. I wanted to study computer engineering when I went to college. However, my dad told me that I should study chemical engineering. My dad was working in a pharmaceutical in Puerto Rico. The pharmaceutical, back in the day was called Option, but then it was bought in the mid-90s by Pharmacia, so it became Pharmacia Option. And then eventually it was bought by Pfizer, so it became Pfizer. But my dad used to work in a pharmaceutical industry in Puerto Rico. This was back when in Puerto Rico they had the section of the law 936, which pretty much created a tax haven for industries, manufacturers that choose to be in Puerto Rico. So my dad used to work in there, so my dad told me to study chemical engineering. And me being the person that I am, I follow his advice, so I changed my major into chemical engineering. First, not knowing what a chemical engineer do, I'm just going because my dad told, oh, you're going to have a great job afterwards. Unfortunately, that has not been the case. I work at Walmart, and finding a job has become, getting back into the chemical engineering field has been very difficult, honestly. It has been very, very difficult. I also did a master's degree in environmental engineering in Puerto Rico, and I graduated with 3.7. I even had the first part of the engineering examinations, and I used to have a license, a P license, professional engineer's license in Puerto Rico. And still, I work at a freaking Walmart. It's quite sad, honestly, to an extent. But I always been interested in computers, and then when I went to Hudson Valley last year, I was in automotive mechanics, and one of the things that I enjoy about learning was about the relearning, because I had taken an electric circuit class in the summer of 1994 in Puerto Rico, and usually I would take summer class in Puerto Rico when I was in my college degree. So one of the requisites of my degree in engineering, I took a class in electronics, basic electronics, electricity, electronics 1, or whatever you want to call it. And it was electric circuits. I covered electric circuits like DC, AC, and even three-phase electric circuits, which are hardcore, but like to me it was easy. There was only one equation that I needed to know, and the math was what we'll call linear algebra, pretty much. So it was relatively easy. It wasn't that complicated. I got an A on the class, so it's like, man, I was happy about that, but it was because it was in the summer, it wasn't that depth, and also the part that I wish I could have spent more time, kind of like asking more questions about like the usefulness of the circuits. What will the circuit do, how it will work, and more on the practical side. So when I took a automotive electricity class last year, that's where the practical thing of electricity came in, and that I enjoy a lot, like to the point that I'm still obsessed about automotive electricity. I enjoy the learning that came with the course, and I enjoy the fact that I was able to get an A in the class, but also I enjoy learning and playing with it. It has a lab component to it. So being in the lab, practicing, learning how to use the multimeter and all that kind of stuff. That was a lot of fun for me. So I ordered on Amazon. I finally decided, like, you know what? I think I need to see if I can find a way to learn something different, because I'm going dumb in this job. Because, honestly, I'm not learning much. I already learned the tasks, most of the tasks that I needed to learn for my job position, and they just need to keep me there because, moving up, it's a little bit tricky when it comes to retail, And then certainly I don't want to stay in retail. That's the thing. I have no use that, like, I can try to search for an engineering job. I will be earning way more money than I will be earning if I stay in retail over time, So it's easier for me to find an entry-level job, try to get it back into engineering, and earn more money than if I just stay in retail and just play around and try to get a promotion or something. To me, it's easier to get a job in engineering. It will pay more money over time, it will pay me more money, and I will be able to pay my student loans too. But right now I'm like stuck in retail, and I hate the fact that I'm not learning a lot. So I decided to get a book on how computers work, because I've always been curious. Like right now, like I'm using my phone as a camera. That is amazing that today phones, they are almost like having a computer in your hand. Like, to me it's fascinating to see that. And so I wanted to learn more about how computers really work and getting to understand more computers, the inside, the electronics. So I purchased a book on that, and I got it on Saturday after I came back. I got it on Saturday, my roommate let it. They left it on my table tennis table, so I got it, and I was super excited. I still haven't read it, but I started reading it, and it's like, I just want to have time to sit down and read that book. But I have to be at work, so I don't have time to read the book. And because I have to be at work doing things for the benefit of the company, and since things that are just keeping me probably going to keep me poor in the long term. So yeah, but I'm super excited about learning about the insights and the electronics of how computers work. I'm totally happy about that. So I'm excited about learning about that, about the idea of logic circuits and that kind of stuff. So definitely looking forward to read that book. After I end up paying my car, I will have extra money free. I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe taking a few more classes in college, computer related, or finding free courses online, like programming. Like I've been thinking, like I was watching a video the other day of a guy that decided to learn how to code, and I've been thinking about doing that too, learning how to code. Because I remember taking a class back in college too. In my engineering program, you have to take classes in different things, you know. And I don't use most of the things a lot, in all honesty. Especially because I've been working on retail, so just like, yeah. But I took a class of coding, computer coding. It was the program that we used was Fortran 77. Fortran is no longer used. There's now C++, and other programs that are better. And I like that stuff. Like I know math, so I take a lot of math when I was in college. I still have the skills in math, so I think I will enjoy learning more about programming. But it's like, how can I balance my life? I think I might have to come up with a plan if I want to really do that. Because I know at work, it's not going to be allowed. I'm not going to have time at work. Work is work, and they're just going to put me to do tasks that will not benefit me just for the company and for the customers that use the things that we offer, services that we offer. But if I want to learn coding, I have to find a way to like teach myself, spend time online practicing, taking those classes. So it may mean sacrificing something else. I will have to figure out a way to do it. And but I think I want to do it because maybe I can learn a skill that will help me learn a different skill set that will help me get a different job that doesn't involve me working in retail, and something that I may probably enjoy, that I would be more engaged than the job that I have, because honestly I'm not totally fully engaged in my job. I only pay attention enough to do my job, call it a paycheck. I don't care about anything else. Once I clock out, I really don't care if this door explodes or anything like that. I really don't, you know. Retail is not my cup of tea. So I'm looking forward to be able to read that book and learn about computers and coding, and we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see if I can make it happen. At the same time, I'm still applying to other jobs. So it's not like I'm sitting at home just expecting for a miracle to happen. No, I'm doing my part to try to get a different job, to try to get into something else that doesn't involve retail. But it's been so I don't know. And then with my problem for arriving late, which I need to really put a stop to it. I need to figure a way to stop this, because employers don't care if I'm a great person when it comes to the other cares that I'm there doing their meeting at the times that I'm required to be there, that they decide for me to be there, not at home, not when I decide to do job or do something else. Because like for me, if I'm working for myself, like and I'm making money out of YouTube, which I'm not making money out of YouTube. I wish, but I don't make money out of YouTube. But if I'm making money out of YouTube, this will become like a job, so I do it at whatever time, like when I'm doing this video while I'm driving to work. So yeah, it's one of those things. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's how I got this out, everybody. But yeah, I need to figure out a way to solve my chronic lateness problem, because that is a problem. That is a real issue. That is a problem that I need to solve if I want to be considered successful life. Like I need to solve my chronic lateness problem. Because It tells the employer that I don't care about the job. I honestly only care a tiny little bit. I only care about the paycheck. That's it. I really don't care about like anything else. Honestly, not in this job, not in retail. Like I've lost my like seriously. Like saying that I love retail. If somebody loves retail, good for you, bravo. You find your passion. It's great. I don't love retail. It's not my cup of tea. It's not what I like to be doing. But I need to follow the rules still and have a fake smile while I'm doing my job. I love this job. Yay! Anyway, but definitely need to arrive out there on time. So I don't get fired. But today I'm running late and for to finish my coffee. So I'm going to be more later than later because of coffee. Anyway, yeah, I may probably get fired. Ay, Dios mío. Well, it's my consequence of my actions. But sometimes I get fired, that will be more tempted to apply to other jobs and find something else that I thought works. A little bit of allocation from retail. Yeah, but it would be bad because, oh yeah, when you get fired, I arrived late. And then the employer said, like, are you going to arrive pretty late here? I don't know. I mean, if your company is good and it doesn't burn me out, yes, I'll be here every time. But if you're treating me like shit and your company begins to bore me, I will not start arriving on time because I'll probably just prefer to stay home doing something and deal with your bullshit. That's how it would go. It's unfortunate to say that, honestly, but it is the way that it is. Like why I'm running late? Probably because I don't want to be here and I don't want to interact with customers. Because I don't want to interact with people. Because I'd rather stay at home and not interact with people. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe. And I see you in the next video vlog. Yay!